You have said that part of the problem defensively is guys just aren't doing their jobs, not trusting in each other to finish their jobs, and all your players said that today too. We're halfway through the season. Can you still build that trust right now?
Well, I think scheme-wise, we can't go any simpler than what we're doing as a defense. Otherwise, we're sacrificing a lot of what we can do to help us be successful as a team. And so we can't dummy it down anymore, you know, and can't get any more simple. So either two things, and everybody's, it's a different, can't be like a general say, okay, this is our issue. It's all specific to each position group, but there's two ways to fix it. Either you eliminate people from making mistakes, or you make sure that they don't do the mistakes. And eventually, you know, in some cases, it's going to have to be eliminating some guys from playing. In other cases, we're going to have to get guys to be a lot cleaner and make sure that everything matters for them to do their job. I don't know what else could be more of a teaching moment than seeing what we've done in the games that we've lost, how poorly we played technique-wise and even fundamentals. But more than anything, guys not being in the right spot. We got to fix that, and coaches will fix it. I mean, we have a lot of options, a lot of different things to do, and probably last too long right now if I had to explain them all.
Coach Anderson called this team out in the media, and the players said that he did that too in the locker room. So what has the response been like, do you think, today in practice since Saturday?
We've been all treated the same, you know.
I think the response has always been good in practice. We need the response to show up on game day, you know. So we're going to call them out because the stuff that's going on. There's no more protecting guys, and there's no more excuses. And so, but you know, the coaches ourselves will find ways, and we'll have to be creative in finding ways to make sure that we can play a lot cleaner on defense. And that starts with me, and I know the offense will take care of themselves as well. But as a team, we're just not making. We're not playing sound football. And that's on me as coach. I got to find a way to get these guys to play better and play more sound and fundamentally sound, and get the scheme and make sure that they execute it on Saturday. You know, that's the goal. So talk is cheap. Let's just show it on game day, and then maybe we can build from there. But right now, we're doing all the right things in practice. I'd rather have it the other way around. You know, and so if we can transfer what we're doing in practice on game day, then great. But being young and all the excuses, I'm sick of it. Let's get to work. I'm going to find creative ways to get the defense working, and motivating guys. That's on our coaches. We do a good job at that. But more than anything, our guys just have to show up and play. You know, and then the disconnect is that we've done it before. I wouldn't be as pissed if we didn't show it before. We've shown that we can play better. We can show that we can be in the right spots in a couple games this year. So it's all of a sudden the Pac-12 games, we've forgotten it, and we've even made the scheme simple so we can play a lot faster, and that's still not showing up. And so we have a lot of options to go to, and like I said, some of them including cutting people out from playing, and others show that we have to get guys that got to play a lot better, and they got to prepare the right way, you know. And it's just we doing it in practice against a scout, it's not going to work. They have to do it in game, and we did that. I mean, we rotated guys in games, and that weren't doing it the right way, and it's just nobody cares after you give up big plays. You give up big plays for touchdowns. 21 points later, it's not going to be. You're playing catch up, and we can't do that. We can't get ourselves in the hole and then figure it out later. You know, that's not. We're not equipped to do that as a defense right now. So it's got to be right from the start, and it's got to sustain to the end, and we'll find ways to make that happen.
How much of that is a change in opponents' talent, though? I mean, you do it against San Jose State. They're not as good as Arizona. They're not as good as Stanford.
Yeah, but I mean, being in the post, no matter who it is that's what we're talking about. I mean, I know if guys make plays. I mean, I'll give you an example. Larry Scott gave up a big play early in the game. He gave up a big throw, and that happens.
Absolutely, you know,
I wasn't mad at Larry. He probably could have done a little bit better in his technique, but the rest of the game he was solid. He locked down everybody else from then on. That is great defense. Okay, and he was in the right spot, got beat. That's okay. But if he weren't even in the picture, then there would be something wrong, you know. And so I'm good with that. I'm good with guys that make mistakes, and then we correct it, and it doesn't show up again. And they're very minimal. We can't just have mistakes after mistakes after mistakes after stuff that never showed up before ever in practice, and even early in the season. And it's just a variety of mistakes that are showing up. And we thought maybe simply being the simple scheme would be easier at the same issue. So it's not simplifying. It's just guys not being prepared, not doing it, and if they're not able to do it, then maybe they just can't, and maybe other guys can't. That's what it's going to get down to.